Hey guys, welcome back to Three Swords Productions here. I got Steven and Chad. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you like the video, press like. Today we have Zoro versus Smoker for some more meta games.
Yeah, um, man, I'm not a big fan of this matchup because I like to play Smoker or any of the
Hmm.
black cards for that matter. So, like anytime you see Zoro sitting across from you, you just know that you're gonna have to deal with an onslaught, and then any of your kill cards most of the time requires you losing cards,
Yeah.
which is just harder to defend with.
Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of cards that don't counter. So it's kind of tough. Like you can get cornered where Zoro attacks you for 5 or 6K, and you just go, don't want to, but I'll take it.
Yep.
But you do have some powerful cards in this matchup. Being able to kill their characters while still getting to swing on their life can be strong. Cards like Borsellino are also pretty good against the Vistas out
Yeah.
there. Nico, Robin, and Gordon. Combos aren't going to hit you quite as hard.
No.
So we'll see how it goes. You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Here we have Alex piloting Zoro. Alex has been our Zoro player since the very beginning of set 1. He's really taken to red, so we kind of default to him for red deck lists or, asking him advice on helping us out where to get started with Zoro.
Yeah, he kind of pioneered it for our area.
Yeah, he definitely popularized it. He's super lucky sometimes, so it can be a little frustrating playing against the luckiest Zoro
It
player on the
is.
planet. Can't believe we have him in our local, but
Yeah.
it's okay. And then Chad jumped on Smoker very early in set 2. He's kind of been the Smoker guy. You guys, if you've checked out the Garp video, that was Chad piloting that.
Yep.
He constructed that deck for us.
I don't know really which one's better, but they both have their merits. Smoker having one extra life is very relevant, especially when you're going against a red decks.
This is probably the matchup where it feels the strongest, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're seeing Borsellino being shuffled into the deck. We're gonna want to see that come off the top of the deck. All right, look at the smooth 5 cards in hand. Uh, Deciding I don't care about mulligans. I think you already chose
That
the
that that was
mulligan.
the end of the
That was the
mulligan.
mulligan.
Yep.
Okay, and we're going second here. You have to wait to go second. He already drew his 6 cards, so he's like, I will be faster than the Zoro player.
I will be faster at putting my cards in play than the Zoro player.
Okay, I believe we're holding 6 cards we already drew for the turn, so.
Yep. We're just waiting for him to finish searching.
We're waiting for him to take his turn. I can't believe he's
Yeah.
taking so long to do that.
I wonder who else does that. But we've already established pretty much what we're doing this turn.
Okay,
And
should see a 2-drop Garp come down.
yep.
And hopefully the Smoker player slows down a little bit. Okay. And Zoro's going second here, taking his second turn here. And we see 2 Sunny Coons in the hand, and as well as a Nico Robin.
I don't remember if we grabbed the Nico Robin off of the Nami, but if we don't know about that, we should absolutely be concerned about that card.
Hmm.
Which is probably the only reason that you would ever want to hesitate on playing the Garp.
Okay, and this is a big attack. We're going to play into the strength of Smoker here and just keep our characters smaller. Hmm.
Yep. We're gonna counter and then get out the one or take the one.
So he had a lot of lines he could have chosen there, and he decided to pump up the Nami and swing. I'm assuming to try and play around the Garp killing things. I don't know if I like that. I think I would have much rather him establish Nico Robin or played multiple Sunny Coons that turn to kind of go wider and threaten not only the Garp. If the Garp attacks, then you have something to attack back with,
Yep.
as well as keeping up pressure on your opponent's life total. I feel like that Nami swing was really weak.
Yeah. We also see the Smoker player really kind of just like utilizing the turn to not really put more into play, but also to just threaten life and get them lower. Because the way you're going to win late game is not really by having a bunch of little people in play that can attack for smaller amounts. You're gonna win off of your Sakazukis and your just larger drops because they're going to be able to attack without having Dawn attached to them, and then still threaten reasonable numbers.
Now, Zoro did play Curly, grab Nami, play Nami, grab Sunny Kun and then played the Sunny Kun. So all of the cards that he has played up to this point, except for the Sunny Kun that just entered the battlefield, has all been free cards that he's grabbed off of searchers.
Yep.
So now Smoker's going to have to 2-for-1 themselves in order to destroy characters on the field that were added to our hand for free. So that's going to feel very strong for the Zoro player.
Yeah. This is kind of like your worst case scenario when looking at like looking across the table as a smoker player. You took a turn, you cleared one thing, and then they established 4 things that can threaten you fairly easily. Luckily, we do have counterplay here. What we should ideally be doing is killing 1 to 2 things, attacking maybe for 5k, and that looks like what we're doing. But we did play Kobe here. It's important to note that there was an impact wave or a shock wave in hand. But we neglected to do that so that way we could pressure for 7k.
Okay, and we are down to 2 life on the Zoro side, so Smoker is coming in hot, controlling the character area quite nicely, as well as continuing to keep up pressure. That is going to be the correct move as we move into the mid to late game, and Zoro starts bringing up the heat, but you have enough life still left on the Smoker side to be able to pressure down all of the Zoro life. So I do like that approach.
Yep.
Now, Zoro still very easily can replenish their character area. We are still seeing another Sunny Kun in hand, as well as what looks to be a Nico Robin. Quite a few lines that we can take. And on the Smoker side, we have Impact Wave in hand, as well as 3 other cards. Definitely holding a second copy of 5-drop Smoker.
Yeah, we're really trying not to see a giant board built back up from Zoro, but they do have a large hand. If you're Smoker, you're trying not to see that. And then if
you're attacking down their life, which is giving them all the cards they need to go kind of replenish the character area.
Yeah.
Now, the kind of thing that you're trying to do is play tempo keep away and saying, yeah, you do have the cards necessary to replenish your character area, but every turn I'm dealing 2 life to you, and you're not actually getting to attack with those. So the only thing you're trying to dodge here is the rushers. The rushers going to enable them to play to the character area as well as deal that damage to you, and that's going to be the kind of aggression that you can't deal with.
Yeah. We did see that the Zoro player used Jet Pistol to clear the Kobe, which is really unfortunate just because we do need the ability to try to pressure 2 life this turn.
Yeah, that was a good amount of discipline. It was, some control over his Dawn. He didn't want to commit more to the board than he needed to. And he, he realized that, hey, this doesn't do anything against Porcelinos. The Kobe is going to pressure my life total. And, at all points in the game, Jet Pistol is going to cost 4. So, I really like that play.
Yep.
And because he did that, he did get to untap with 3 characters on the board. And he kept both of his life. So, it mattered a lot. Okay, now we're considering Edward Newgate this turn. I actually like that a lot. It's going to be one of those very impossible cards to remove. It's going to pump our leader, as well as it's really going to intimidate the Smoker player here. So, let's see. We'll come across the table for 5.
It is important to note that the Smoker player does have a 4-drop Kuzan in play.
Impact Wave is the 2-for-1 that we need to see.
So if the Red player does play Newgate, we're not too scared as long as we have something along the lines of Sakazuki. Because in-play Kuzan and Sakazuki instantly clears Newgate. And yeah, it exists.
And we just ripped the Sakazuki right off the top, so that's exactly what we want to see there. Let's go.
No, had it in hand. It was the Helmeppo was top. Yeah. And there was another. It looks like there's 2 Sakazukis in hand.
Okay. Look, I guess the Sakazuki was the card that came off of life then.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go 5k at face.
Nope. At the Zoro, he's still a 7k.
Swing. True. Okay. Swing 5k at the Zoro. Let me counter out with Nico Robin. Okay, and now we should just see Sakazuki here.
We might be looking to see how much it's going to take to kill the Zoro. Yep. Which, since we knew that we were killing Sakazuki, there's like a valid reason Smoker should have at least tried to throw that 9K at the face to get them down to 1.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely like continuing to threaten, especially when you have if you think you have enough to counter out of another rusher
Yeah.
attack, which you are holding a lot of cards in hand, so I think it's very reasonable to put him down to 1. He would have had Curly Dedan attacking, the Zoro attacking, as well as the leader Zoro attacking is 3.
Hmm.
You're at 2, so you need to counter out of at least 1. And if he's able to play a rusher, then it gets a little bit dicey.
Yeah. Well, but
He
Kuzan being
goes
tapped also beckons the questions like, can you kill me this turn? And if not, are you gonna have to like waste an attack on this Kuzan?
right, yeah. We have a 7K coming across. I'm not sure where that's going exactly. We do have, attacking face has good merit as well as attacking that Kuzan. So if I had to guess, he'd probably going 7K at the Kuzan.
Yep. And
And
we
discard 2 cards to protect the Kuzan.
to protect it. It just means it's gonna eat another attack.
So yeah, I think we see that a lot on the in some of these videos where players will kind of commit a little bit too much to characters that are going to die anyways, with the hope that it's kind of a deterrent from attacking life. So
Yep.
bit of a what do you want to do? Making sure that you're accomplishing what you want to do. If you want to distract them from attacking your life, then pitching the cards makes sense. But if you want to keep as much resources as possible, then if a character is going to die anyways, just let it die.
Hmm.
So you do have to ask yourself, what do I want from this?
Yeah. It does generate the question. Do you know what to do in this situation? Um, you know, for the opponent, if you're trying to protect a card,
Hmm.
but you're also like creating several scenarios where you need to force them to have an answer to multiple things. Um,
Oh, and we see jet pistol for the Kuzan. So that's 2 jet pistols.
yeah.
Black's not used to getting all their characters destroyed. It's kind of their thing.
No. Um,
And another copy of Rorono's Zoro is going to be quite brutal here.
yeah, that was pretty brutal. It kind of created the line where maybe Zoro should have just pressured for game. Hand count was pretty low, especially after protecting the
Yeah.
Kuzan. There's a real possibility that instead of trying to clear Kuzan with a jet pistol, you just dump your Dawn into attacks.
Well, you had the Zoro, you had the Curly Dedan that you could have attacked with. But the other 2 characters just came in that turn, so they actually did not have another attack to actually kill you.
And Curly Dedan Brook. He did play Brook
He
that
just
turn.
played Brook that
Yeah, never
turn.
mind.
So because he had swung leader 7K on the Kuzan, he only had 1 additional
Correct.
attack,
Yep. Nope.
plus the Zoro.
Yep. That was my mistake.
It's okay. Okay, we're going to go 7K
Zoro.
at the Zoro. So cleaning up the board here. I think that makes sense, given our hand is actually lacking a lot of defense ability. So it's getting a little bit more favored for the Zoro player here. Now, the second Sakazuki is going to pivot the board quite nicely. This is going to be that turn where Zoro either kills Smoker or Smoker kills Zoro in return. I do think that we're going to see Zoro have a lot of attacking power. It's going to be really, really hard for Smoker to defend, especially with no Dawn open.
Yeah. And you see where the 2 players are just kind of conversing whether it's better or not to remove the Curly Dedan versus the Sunicune. It's typically always better to remove the 1-drop. The only argument for Smoker is that when you want a 1-drop in play, it's easier to activate your leader ability for the benefit.
And what we're seeing here is Smoker attacked life. The Zoro looked at the top life, said, "Hey, this is a rusher. There's
Yeah.
nothing you can do. I win the game." And
Correct.
then he drew a card off the top of his deck, and it was also another rusher. So
Yeah.
they're both just kind of laughing about the conclusion of that game.
Yeah.
So that was a Zoro victory over Smoker. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of exactly how I would suspect this one plays out. The early searchers from Zoro is incredibly powerful
Hmm.
because those are all very easily attackers. And it just costs so much for Smoker to remove those.
Yeah. as the smoker player, you're really just kind of like hoping to dodge them having that much. Because if they're playing the bigger costed rushers, then it's actually easier for you to win that game because you
Mm-hmm.
can just defend it and then kill it. Versus if they play 4 1 drops in one turn, then the next turn you have to deal with that many attackers. And even though I killed two, or Smoker killed two in this game, um, it's not enough. And I had to lose a card out of my hand and then defend or
Mm-hmm.
just take the life all the way down. There's a hard argument there. Maybe you should actually just take the life early on to maintain, you know, a hand size, so that way you can threaten the rest of the things that come in. But then if they transition to the rusher side, it's a lot harder. It's just not a good matchup. It's very favored for red.
It's really tough, and you guys definitely showcased that. All right, thanks for sticking around. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and like the video, and let us know if there was anything that we could have done better in that matchup.
Yep.
And see you.
See you.